This is Lynn Logic. Welcome to this week's episode 46. The time I was caught in bed with another man. Not a porn. Damn it. Quick recap. I am the widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic and a survivor of a blood clot in my brain, caused by birth control pills that resulted in a hysterectomy. I am the daughter of a man who spent 23 years in prison. I am well versed in trauma. Those are just the big three. It may seem that I am a personification of Murphy's Law, but I do love to laugh. I have a 25-year work history in accounting and operations in real estate, car dealerships, and hotels. I also have a BA in psychology. I love patterns, numbers, and categories. Always have. Lynn Logic is the result of that love. Go ahead, like and subscribe. It costs nothing, unlike coffee, weed, or bad decisions. And you know we are not giving those up. So stay and watch, so I can get my watch hours up. Check out the combined videos of my narrative and the worst day ever for a crash course. Also, I am now podcasting. You can find me on Apple and YouTube, and it's under Lynn Logic. But you can search fuck, Lynn, or Logic, because I got to choose my own keywords. Let's get started. It is the Thanksgiving season, and while yes, I am reflective of things that were missed this year, I have one memory on replay in my head. So to the page I go. Otherwise, it stays on repeat and gets more detailed. This story is true, and this is my perspective and side of it. Others have their own opinions, and I can only share what was shared with me and what I know. Remember that bit about me being the personification of Murphy's Law? Witness example this. I was caught in bed with another man. Please laugh because it didn't happen to you. I would like to say that it was the only forgivable way to be caught, but I have learned that isn't true. It was innocent, at least from my perspective. The recent ex-boyfriend had come into town for a football game. He came over, then went to the bar with his brother that night, came in late, slept, and then left the next day for the game and said that he was going back home after that. I received a text from a friend of mine. He had just gotten back from Japan and wanted to hang out and smoke. Now, full disclosure, yes, I had slept with this friend previously, but haven't in, a year. Time is weird for me as my brain heals from the severe PTSD. Now let me explain something. It was inappropriate for me in a relationship to hang out alone with another man. It doesn't matter if I slept with him or not. It was wrong, but I felt safe because my roommate was here, and usually we just sit on the front porch and smoke weed and talk. Or he talks and I listen. I do want to interject here that I am a lonely woman. Very lonely. And I do not condone my behavior, but do understand that I did it out of loneliness, and it turned into a hell of a lesson. Back to the content. So yes, I had the sex with him. Let me explain without being too mean. There were cartoons on the TV during sex, and I enjoyed watching them to stay entertained. He had explained to me that in the professional world he is seen as asexual, and I just agreed. For this reason alone, I told the recent ex-boyfriend that he was asexual. That was how I saw him, so I was sharing my view. Mentally, he is fascinating, and I hung out with him for his mind. I enjoyed learning from him. That was it for me. There was too much ego for anything else. Now, to make it easier, let's call the recent ex-boyfriend Rex, and the other AK. AK is a doctor, a military vet, a martial artist, an author, and an all-around badass. Kind of like Ken. I mean, if you were to write someone that is good on paper, that is it. Rex is the opposite, and the same in so many ways. Not good on paper, but all those things about AK on paper, Rex has earned all those same honors, just without the paper. And in the end, they are from two completely different worlds and are exactly the same. Now, as a woman, I dress strategically. I have always had to. I'm sort of shaped like an hourglass, or as I recently learned, a black hole. I didn't know they were hourglass shaped. How fucking cool is that? Sorry, they're destructive. I've got tiny hands and tiny feet. My tiny feet are the reason why I wear Crocs all the time. I need my feet to be wider. I wonder if I can walk around in mini flippers. You think I'm kidding, but I'm serious. I have to balance while I stand, and my feet are constantly bruised. My feet are normal size, just really thin. Yeah, I'm a freak, but that's not the reason. Anyway, while hanging out with AK, I wore pants from Scrubs that were 2 sizes too big, and a full coverage t-shirt with quarter-length sleeves, also 2 sizes too big, and Crocs with socks. I shit you not, this motherfucker actually said to me, "You look so pretty when you're all dressed down like this. Just beautiful." Fucking hell. I'm not comfortable. I mean, I am. But I wore this shit to cover up and hide. And I got complimented, and he saw it as me being comfortable with him. Fuck. Tittied if I am and pussied if I'm not. AK and I were talking, and I told him how I finally got a new bed and how it was donated with one of the charities my mom and I work with. She got one too, and we are so thankful and appreciative. He said, "Well, damn, I need a new mattress." And I said, "Oh, well, you're a vet. I can probably get you one. Do you want to see mine? Sit on it?" Let me say here, I am an idiot sometimes, but in the most innocent way. Side quest bit to explain me and how I was raised. When I told my mom this story, and yes, I told her everything, I was in pain and I fucked up. So I ran to my mommy. Again. At 46, I will continue to run to my mommy anytime I can, because one day I won't be able to, and I know what that is like. The not being able to go to the one that comforted you for so many years bit. When I got to the part where I said, "Oh, you're a vet," my mother interrupted me and said, "Oh, we can get him a mattress." I really am my mother's daughter. We went inside so he could see my bed. When we walked into the house, my roommate's dog jumped on him and nipped him. I didn't think about introducing the dog like we do with new people. He had been in the house a couple times before, but as previously stated, we usually just hung out on the front porch. We don't hang out that often. Both of us are very busy, and he was a lot. I appreciated the lessons, just not frequently. Back to it. The dog jumped and nipped. My initial reaction, I laughed. Oops. Then fixed my emotions and showed concern. But I didn't deter the dog's behavior because it was correct. And to be honest, when he went to the bathroom, he was more concerned about his sweater. The dog didn't even break the skin on his stomach. Sorry. No, I'm not. Good dog. Anyway, when he came out of the bathroom, he closed the door to my bedroom out of fear of the dog. He was fully clothed with shoes on and feet on the floor and laid back on my bed. And I was laid on my back at the bottom corner of my bed with my feet on the ottoman that sits at the end of it, fully clothed with Crocs on, and we were talking. And that was when Rex walked into my bedroom. I seriously can't even make this shit up. Not when it actually happens. Now, I hadn't spoken to Rex all day. The game was over, so I believed what he had told me about going home. Turns out, he had called me 2 times in a row and I didn't answer because we were inside. So he came by. I wonder if there was a reason or if it was just because I didn't answer my phone. I don't know, because that shit happened. Now here's where my perspective starts getting confused. I know those facts, but if Jewish women are good at anything, it's guilt. But hindsight is always 20/20. Fucking hell. Rex didn't act like boyfriend, then acted like boyfriend, then walked away. When he walked in, I stood up and said, Rex, this is AK. That version of introduction was intentional. He had just laid claim on territory, and I recognized and accepted it with that introduction. AK never even sat up from the bed, stayed relaxed, as if a man walking into my bedroom is normal. Rex left, and I followed, and he was angry, and he drove off and then didn't speak to me for 3 days. Yeah, but I didn't leave him alone. When I walked back into my bedroom after Rex left and AK was still sitting on my bed, I just said, "You need to leave." He replied, "Who was that?" I said, "You mean my boyfriend that I talk about? That was him. Who did you think it was?" His response, "I thought it was your neighbor." What the fuck is wrong with you? And more importantly, what do you think of me? Both questions I now knew the answers. On his way out, he actually had the nerve to ask me for some buds for the road. My response, "You need to leave now." And he did. I later texted him and apologized for my anxiety and behavior, and he said something later in Japanese. Don't know what. I blocked him after that. I didn't care about him. I only sent that apology text to make him think everything was okay. But that was a goodbye text. It was just lazy. Let me stroke your ego and then leave type of thing. It felt more peaceful or mean or easier this way. I don't know. Sounds like a situation where a choice is presented, but there was never one for me. I had already made it. Now, there were a few ups and downs after that. Rex and I tried it for a little bit, but that's over now. So out of, let's call it social and psychological curiosity, I sent a text to AK that was something that I had sent to people in my group when I wanted to update them, check in with them, or just share stuff. I just copied and pasted it. He responded with, "What was that shit about?" Baiting is easy with some people. I simply said, "What shit?" Now, hours later, I received a well-written mean text. I mean, he took the time and capitalized certain words for effect. He worked on it. I mean, I didn't fully read it. I glanced over it. And the bits I caught ended with him calling me garbage in all caps. I simply responded, "Okay," and then reblocked and deleted. They get so angry at me for my behavior. Look, I have no problem accepting when I fuck up, but I'm not the only guilty party. I'm not the villain. Please own your own shit. Here's the pattern reflection. They responded to the situation exactly the same way. Avoidance, and then telling me all the ways I fucked up. AK's one text message that I glanced at said the exact same shit that Rex had said to me. I mean the exact same points. And yes, I could go all psychological and over-analytical and do the neurodivergent thing, but why waste the energy? I am no angel, and I fuck up all the time. But I learn from my mistakes. Mistakes are hard, but necessary. It's when people who can't admit when they make mistakes creep me out the most. I see that as you saying that at your current state in life, you're good. You don't need to learn anymore, that you're done. Let me know how that works out for you. Please remember that just because I admit my mistakes, that does not mean that I own yours too. I value people the most that admit their mistakes and learn from them because that is what I aspire to be. But tell me, wouldn't that have been the perfect intro for a porn? Reminder, I have the maturity level of a teenage boy. Guess what? I made a podcast. I uploaded a bingeable library for you to listen to during this holiday season, and I will keep going. Let me distract you with the funny and the fucked up. I know I fucked up in this situation. Feel free to comment. I am a big bitch. I don't do anything half-assed. Chin up, tits out. Bye. You're not on guard duty. And what can you guard me against? Know your place. You want to come up in here? I don't want you up here. Go take a nap. Go take a nap. Go sleep. Like a fucking hammock for that. Okay. Go take a nap. Go sleep. Oh, I have. This story is true, and this is my perspective and side of it. Others have. Fuckity. I do want to enter. You know? For fuck's sake. Mistakes are hard but necessary. It's when people who can't admit when they make. Oh, fuck. Fuckity fuck fuck.